Welcome to the lecture on demand, supply, and market equilibrium. So far we've seen 3 mini lectures that have introduced microeconomics in the course and provided a very brief introduction to some of the important concepts for this class. I call this lecture number 1 as opposed to the mini lectures that we've had so far because this is going to be the first lecture that's on particularly important concepts for this class. In the mini lecture number 3, we talked about the gains from trade, and there we had this example of Tom and Rob able to specialize in the production of fish relative to coconuts, and how they could get together and come up with a trade that would leave both of them better off. Most trade, though, doesn't happen that way, sort of between two people talking and bartering about an exchange of coconuts for fish. Most trade takes place through markets. And so in this lecture, and the reading that you've done to this point, we talk about the idea of a market equilibrium. And there we introduce the concepts of demand and supply, and the market equilibrium is going to be where demand and supply meet. So this lecture and the various applications that are going to follow it are really the meat of this course. And so this is the material that you really need to get down, spend the time with, make sure that you really understand it, take the assignments seriously. So this lecture will provide a brief overview, really, of the type of market that we're talking about. Then we'll talk about what demand is and how we come up with a market demand and how that demand might change over time. Then we'll talk about firm supply, how that can lead to market supply and shifts in supply. And then we're ready to talk about a market equilibrium, and we'll end with some examples of changes in supply, demand, and how that affects market equilibrium.